Well, let's go back to that breaking news from earlier. A federal appeals court denying Kenneth Smith's push for an injunction. That means his execution by nitrogen hypoxia is more likely. It would be the first execution of its kind in the country. And new at 10 tonight, we're talking with those who gathered in Birmingham to oppose this historic execution.
Our Taylor Pollock was at the event. Taylor, what was the goal there?
Yeah, that's right. Demonstrators say this was all about sharing personal connections with executions and discussing ways to eventually abolish it, but also to talk about how to make execution more transparent in our state. Death Penalty Action says they oppose all forms of execution because of the state's history of failed executions and lack of transparency. Tonight's meeting aimed at working with activists and other organizations that oppose tomorrow's execution. The group realizes at this point there is nothing legally standing in the way of Smith's execution, said to be carried out tomorrow evening. But raising awareness is still extremely important because of what will happen after Smith's execution is carried out.
It certainly is bad for most of the prisoners on Alabama's death row because they all were asked to sign a form about which way they wanted to go, and most of them chose gas because they knew it didn't exist. Well, now it's going to exist, which means that we might see a spike in executions here.
If I can't do a little something to try to help them, I'm nothing. The death penalty is just absolutely wrong. We don't have the right to kill anybody.
Smith was sentenced to death for his involvement in a murder-for-hire plot that killed a woman in Colbert County. WBRC will be there tomorrow bringing you updates on this execution.